Have you ever felt like something was holding you back or holding you down from being able to create what you wanted and you couldn't quite put your finger on it? I've been working with a client recently who felt controlled in her current relationship. And part of that is being reflected in what happened when she grew up. She was raised by a narcissistic mother. I'm Penny Wilson. I'm a certified hypnotherapist. And as I was working with this client, she said that she felt like her head and her neck was being controlled. So the reason why that we tend to think things about ourselves, about our identity, about who we are, is because of what our inner child has experienced when they were young. One of the examples of a client that I'm working with right now that she's experiencing something like this, we were working with her in her session to discover the reasons why she felt afraid or why she felt controlled. And she imagined this part that was in her mind as if it was a big cloud. And it was so interesting as we increased in the conversation. I had her describe how the cloud looked and what it felt. And she said she felt like it was controlling her head and her neck. And if you think about that for a second, think about the symbolism of what's happening when you feel like your head and your neck is controlled. Because where your focus is determines everything. If someone could control your head and neck, you would be looking at exactly what they want you to think and what they want you to see, and you wouldn't be able to have your own identity, your own thoughts, and your own agency, your own value. So it was amazing that as this conversation continued and we were looking at this part that was dark, she said it was like a shadow and it was moving. And then she said that this part didn't want the light to shine on it. We kept asking it questions and she said it began to feel very uncomfortable, this part that didn't want the light. So I just want to point out that the fears that we have inside of us, they don't want the light to shine on them. When we keep our fears inside of our mind and we don't talk about them, we don't tell the truth about what's going on, about who we are, the fears and the darkness win because they stay hidden in the shadows. The thing that's amazing is when you bring those fears into the light and you talk about them and you say the truth about what's really happening inside of you, you can bring those things to light that you can discover what's really going on. You can discover what that thing is there to teach you, and you can discover how it can turn from the lie into the truth. Because when we experience things from our childhood, it really is about the things that we learn to believe. We can call it an evidence room. There's an emotion, something happened in that experience, and something that you decided to believe. And what is the evidence of that? And I believe the truth is the evidence and the identity that was created that is giving you that pain. There is an opposite, powerful, positive, that if you bring that into the light, you can find the truth about who you really are. I invite you to consider what you want out of life and how you want to feel. The point of all of this is so that you can experience all of life without resisting uncomfortable emotions or without clinging onto those positive, happy emotions. The point of life is to just allow your emotions to flow through you so you can be free and you can experience what you desire and you can move forward to creating what you want. I would love to have you consider joining our community. I would like to invite you to watch our masterclass. Some of the reasons why it would be amazing for you to join is because we are a safe community where you can talk about what's happening inside of you without necessarily throwing up, but truly owning your own experience. And we are there to support each other. We have a common vision to change ourselves and lift other people and take personal responsibility for what we are experiencing. Watching our masterclass will help you look at some of the things that might be holding you back, some of the heavy emotions, something uncomfortable with stress and anxiety and overwhelm and whatever is happening in your experience. I invite you to watch the masterclass and just simply pick one thing that you feel like is holding you down, holding you back, and recognize what's happening there. The assessment tool breaks down 3 areas of analyzing what's happening in your thoughts, what's happening in your emotions, and what could be the root causes underneath that. And encourage you to go watch that and decide if our community is right for you. I look forward to connecting with you.